So another thing that I normally notice when I'm in the street, if you are ever in a situation where like you're going to an office, or especially like if I've caught the NPCs like doing shady stuff, right? So let's say I'm going to like investigate, or I'm going someplace and I'm going to be asking a lot of questions. I'll notice like I'll come in and the average NPC, I can tell who's average and who's the parasitic, because they'll just kind of be there like, looking around, or like they'll be like as if they are confused or stuck or whatever. But I'll be like really polite because I'm never impolite. So I'll just be like, yeah, do you know what this is? How did that happen? Da, da, da. And then all of a sudden, I'll always notice in this kind of situation that it'll be as if like a handler comes into the situation and appears and seems to somehow take over the matter. And it doesn't necessarily mean that this person is like a boss figure or anything like this in the actual sense. It could just be another individual who comes in, and you can see that they dominate the energy in the area. They start to dominate the other NPCs. They start to, kind of like say like, do this, do that, and the other NPCs just kind of go ahead and they do it. And you'll start to notice this more, especially when it's like dealing with me, because it's as if whatever's going on sometimes, the NPCs don't know what to do, especially if it's like something where I've caught them doing something shady. So they don't have the right explanations. They don't know what to say. So this person kind of like comes in and tries to, I don't know, like keep them under wraps, keep them under control. So it's a very interesting thing. And I always notice it happen. A lot of times you would say like, well, how do you know they're a handler? Or how do you know that this person is dominating? You can feel the energy off of them. I've been in situations where I've been in the same place and another person has also come to assist the other NPCs, but it was a completely different vibe. It was a completely different vibe. Their energy was just, on the contrary, as if they were trying to help. But when one of these handlers come in, it's a different kind of sensation. It's a different feeling you feel off of them. And you know that their role there is to keep the other NPCs under control somehow, especially when dealing with you, as if they don't want you to manipulate the energy of the other NPCs in any way. So it's like very strange, but I have felt this sensation. And this is why I say energy is so important, and it's so important to trust your instincts, because we feel things about people sometimes that we can't put into words. And it tells us a lot about who they are and what's happening around us. So always pay attention when you get certain sensations about certain people. Always pay attention when you get certain sensations around certain people, because it's telling you something about your environment, that even though your mind maybe might not be able to comprehend it, your body already does, your energy already does, your instinct already does. And again, I feel like this further proves this point of, in my opinion, why we should be leaning toward the whole concept of this, that you have and vessels out there that are able to be possessed by parasitic entities or demonic entities, is just a further proof of why I think we need to be closer to prayer and to God. But I'm going to do another video related to that later, because there tends to be a lot of divide in the Christian community with the people who are spiritually awakening, because one group doesn't believe in God or Jesus, and then the other group is very adamant about not entering topics related to energy, when I think that there needs to be a balance, because we're fighting a very big spiritual war right now. So it's basically the ones that are for the kingdom of God with the ones that aren't. And for certain divides like this, I think it's very sad. But back to the point, just make a note of that. If you're ever in public and you are a targeted individual, you'll notice that in certain situations, when you are with certain NPCs, especially the weaker ones, there will be a handler who pops up for them to kind of maintain this kind of dominance over them so that you don't influence them. And that's all I just wanted to say. That's all. Bye-bye.